Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Sarah and today I'm going to be doing the Harry Potter tag. As I explained in my Disney tag video, I recorded the introduction, Disney tag, and Harry Potter tag all at the same time, which is why you keep seeing the grumpy sweater. Although I am a giant fan of this sweater. I bought it at Disneyland when we went in October and I love it. So it's so comfortable. It's one of my favorite sweaters. I have a Slytherin sweater that I bought at Universal Orlando 3 years ago, and I love it just as much as this one. It's just not as soft anymore as this one is because this is so much newer. My hope with the Disney tag and now the Harry Potter tag is that you guys will learn a little bit about me and my preferences on two of my absolute favorite things in the world. I just want to preface this by saying that some of these are difficult questions and that some of them are really just up to interpretation. You know, everybody's going to have a different least favorite book or a favorite book, or is going to feel differently about the movies and the way they were portrayed versus the books. So please be kind if you comment. And I will gladly explain anything further in my feelings about it, but you have to remember that it is just my opinion. So, moving on, let's go right into the tag list. Favorite book is the first question, and I'm going to have to go with Prisoner of Azkaban. I absolutely love the story of the martyrs. I love hearing about James and Lily and about the past and their friends in school, and I also really like that Harry finally kind of gets a family with Sirius, or feels like he's going to get a family with Sirius. And it also really starts to darken the series at that point, and I think, you know, the darker the series got, the more interesting it was, definitely. My favorite movie is, I'm between Chamber of Secrets and Half-Blood Prince. Now, I don't like Half-Blood Prince for the fact that you really don't hear very much about the Half-Blood Prince. They touch on the book itself just a couple of small times, and then at the end, you know, Snape is like, I'm the Half-Blood Prince, blah. When in the book, it's like one of the, if not the main focal point of that entire book is them trying to find out who the Half-Blood Prince is and all that stuff. So I don't like it for that reason. However, I love the movie because it's really where you're starting to get into, like, they are older teenagers. They're starting to, you know, their hormones are really raging and starting to show. And it was just a funny movie. Like, there were just a lot of little quips in that movie that I really enjoyed. I also am a pretty big fan of the Ron and Hermione ship, and so that starting to come to fruition was extremely fun for me. The other one, Chamber of Secrets, I would say, because as far as the trueness of the movies to the books goes, the first two were the absolute best in that regard. Christopher Columbus did an amazing job directing those two movies, and I could not include at least one of the two, Sorcerer's Stone or Chamber of Secrets, in my list of favorites. My least favorite book is Order of the Phoenix. And I only say that because it just seemed lackluster. We did learn information going forward about the prophecy. We learned information about the order itself, and that led into Dumbledore's army and all that, but I don't know, it just didn't, it felt like wasted space in the series to me. I know that some of you probably really like that book, and so to you this is just like blasphemy, but to me I felt like so many more questions could have started to be answered versus them focusing on the prophecy and the Hall of Prophecies. And plus, I love Sirius, and he, you know, spoiler alert, he dies at the end of the book. So, that was devastating. I didn't like that at all. Parts of the books and movies that make you cry. All of the parts. Um, Definitely pretty much every time a character dies. I didn't get so upset at Dumbledore dying in the book, but in the movie, I don't know, something about seeing it and then the raising of the wands, and I mean, whew, man, got me right in the feels. For, let's see, I know definitely the part where Fred dies in the book got me more than the movie did, but it still got me pretty good in the movie. And then the part where Sirius dies, of course. But the biggest, like, I bawl every time at both the book and the movie, Dobby. Breaks my heart to even think about it. It's awful. The next question is, if you could hook up with any HP character, who would it be? Never really thought about that. Probably Seamus. He's pretty good looking. I mean, he was a little awkward in the first couple movies, but definitely as time goes on, puberty did him well. Same with Matthew Lewis. Next is favorite character, and on that one I am definitely going with Seamus. I just, for some reason, really love his character development as a whole. What would your Patronus be? I'm gonna go with like cat or a fox. Just because I like foxes. Also, I think Seamus's Patronus is a fox. Yeah, I think it's a fox. If you could have the Resurrection Stone, Invisibility Cloak, or Elder Wand, which one would you choose? Invisibility Cloak, definitely. The other two are too much power. Specifically, the Resurrection Stone is kind of freaky. I mean, you don't want to get, like, roped into being addicted to a dead person being there when they can't be there forever, or they're not really there. What house would you be in? I always thought that I was a Ravenclaw. But, according to Pottermore, I'm a Slytherin. So, depends on who you ask. A Slytherclaw, perhaps? I always buy stuff in Slytherin because green is also my favorite color, and so, why not? If I like green, and Slytherin is green. And Pottermore says I'm a Slytherin, so might as well be one. If you could meet any member of the cast, who would it be? I'm going to go with the Phelps twins, James and Oliver Phelps, who play Fred and George Weasley. They just seem like they're just as hilarious in real life as they are in the movies. Have you played any of the video games? I have played the Quidditch World Cup game. I used to play that rather addictively. And I used to play like maybe 1 through 3 on the PlayStation or the PlayStation 2, much older consoles. And I have and currently play every so often with my husband the Lego Harry Potter. I have 1 through 4 and the 5 through 7. And if you were on the Quidditch team, which position would you play? Beater, because that can be pretty angry sometimes, so any opportunity to club somebody might be a little bit fun. Even if I don't get to club them, I get to club the bludger. Were you happy with the ending? Actually, I was more happy with the Snape Lily story being unraveled than I was with the actual ending with, you know, Voldy dying and all that stuff. So, but overall, I thought it ended the way that it should have, because it would have been a crap story to follow for all those years for the villain to win. So, also ignore the squeaking, because my cat has one of those toys that squeaks like a mouse sounds. And that's what that is. How much does Harry Potter mean to you? I can't even describe it. I had some rough patches when I was growing up, specifically in high school. I started experiencing some anxiety, and I was always able to just read Harry Potter or watch a movie, and it would pull me out of it. It just, was like a comfort blanket almost. It just took all the weight off of me from the stress of that, and I truly felt like it gave me something to just, I don't know. It was like a world that I always belonged in, even though it wasn't real. It felt real. It felt like it was a world that I was meant to be in. And even though that may sound a little bit silly and crazy, I mean, when I go now to Wizarding World of Harry Potter, I walk in and I feel like I'm right at home. It's like, everybody says Disney is their happiest place on earth, and while I love Disney and it is an amazing place, I actually think that Wizarding World of Harry Potter is my happiest place on earth. So, if that's just a testament to how much the series means to me, then, that it says a lot, that's my happiest place on earth. I just absolutely love the series, and I can say that I adore J.K. Rowling for coming up with it, for writing such an amazing series and giving me such a huge part of my childhood. I used to go to book releases and movie releases, and I dressed up for all of them, and we had Harry Potter birthday parties, and we tried to make a Harry Potter club one time, and me and a guy in my neighborhood, we tried to make a Harry Potter club and invite people to come to our Harry Potter club, and we were going to teach classes and make Harry Potter snacks, and it just was something substantial, while at the same time not being real, that I had in my life. And I just cannot thank J.K. Rowling enough for giving me that. So that is what Harry Potter means to me. In closing, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate those of you who have decided to stop in, and those of you who may have decided to subscribe. I am so glad you're here. If you want to continue on the journey, I will be posting another video coming up on Sunday. It is going to be either a Disney or Universal, I haven't decided yet, tip or trick video. So just look out for that, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.